Welcome to AI Brief, episode 341. I'm Amin.
And I'm Leah. It's great to be back.
Today, we're doing a really deep dive into some huge topics. We're going to start with AI's impact on productivity and even gaming.
That's right. We'll get into a new word game called Lexiloot, and then a really big analysis from Anthropic on whether AI is actually saving us time.
And from there, we're broadening out. We've got some major science news happening all at once, everything from a potential dark matter discovery to lightning on Mars.
And we'll wrap it all up with the top trending AI tools that you can actually use right now to get more done.
So let's jump straight into the new updates and start with something, well, fun. A new word game.
Yeah, Lexiloot. It's a free app, and it sort of takes a classic party game and completely revamps it with AI.
The interesting part isn't just the game itself, it's the referee, so to speak.
Yeah.
They're calling it an AI-powered jury.
Right, and that's the whole innovation here. You know how in these games someone always argues about an answer?
Oh, absolutely. Is that a real word, or is that actually relevant to the category?
Exactly. This AI jury checks all of that instantly. Correctness, relevance, spelling, even content safety, it just removes all the arguments.
So that's the disruption. It's not just about a clever game. It's about using AI to create a completely fair and, well, a lightning-fast, competitive environment.
Precisely. You can't really do that with human judges. It's too slow, too subjective. This feels like a glimpse into a new kind of AI-powered entertainment.
And they've got different modes, too, right? Letter salad, word bunch.
Yeah, each one is designed to kind of stimulate different parts of your brain. So it's not just a game, it's being marketed as this high-speed cognitive workout.
That focus on speed and efficiency is actually a perfect transition to our next topic.
It really is.
The huge question that everyone's been asking,
Yeah.
is AI really making us more productive? Anthropic decided to try and put a hard number on it.
They did. They analyzed 100,000 conversations people had with their AI, Claude, to try and quantify the actual time saved.
So how did they even measure that? It seems really difficult to pin down.
Well, their method it was interesting. They had Claude identify the task the user was trying to do. Then it recorded how long the AI took. And this is the critical part. It estimated how long a human would have needed to do the same thing.
Okay, so a big estimation there. But what was the headline? What did they find?
The headline is pretty staggering. On average, Claude helped users get tasks done 80% faster.
80%. That's not a small improvement.
No, it's massive. And they translated that into a dollar value. They figure it saves about $55 in human labor for every task.
Wow. And if you scale that up across the entire economy.
Their projection is a potential 1.8% increase in annual U.S. labor productivity over the next decade.
A 1.8% bump is a huge deal for an entire economy. It's not just helping out here and there. That's a fundamental shift.
It is, but we do need to talk about the limitations here.
Right. I was going to ask. The AI is guessing how long a human would take. That feels like it could be a little self-serving.
And to their credit, Anthropic was very open about this. It's an imperfect study. Claude doesn't know about, real-world interruptions or if the human user is an expert or a novice.
And it's only measuring how fast a task is completed, not how good the final product is.
Exactly. An 80% faster first draft is great, but that doesn't mean the final work is 80% better.
Still, the takeaway seems pretty clear, even if the number isn't a perfect 80%.
The takeaway is that people not using these tools are spending maybe 5 times longer on certain tasks, and that gap is probably only going to get wider.
Trying to quantify something huge and invisible like labor savings, it feels like a good bridge to our next section, where we're looking at quantifying the entire universe.
Yes, let's shift gears completely. We're going to slow the pace down a little here, just to really appreciate the scale of these next few discoveries in the hard sciences.
Okay, so let's start with the big one, dark matter. For almost 100 years, scientists have been trying to find this stuff.
Right. We know it makes up most of the mass in the universe, but we can't see it. We only see its gravity pulling on things.
But now, a researcher from the University of Tokyo is claiming they've actually found the first direct evidence of it.
It's a huge claim. And the evidence comes from an incredible amount of work. They analyzed 15 years of data from NASA's Fermi Gamma Ray Space Telescope.
15 years. So what were they looking for in all that data? How do you see something that's dark?
Well, you don't look for the matter itself, you look for what happens when it destroys itself. The theory is that when two dark matter particles, or WIMPs, collide, they annihilate and release a burst of gamma rays.
Ah, so they found that gamma ray signal.
They claim they found a signal in the Fermi data that perfectly matches what you'd expect from that annihilation.
That would be one of the biggest discoveries in physics ever. What's the reaction from other scientists?
A lot of caution. Everyone is stressing the if confirmed part. It needs a lot more review, but if it holds up, it changes everything we know about cosmology.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, let's come from the cosmos down to something much more personal, an artificial nose.
Yeah, this is a fascinating piece of medical tech. It's an experimental device that helps people who have lost their sense of smell people with anosmia.
So how can it work if it's not using their actual olfactory system?
It bypasses it completely. It actually uses the trigeminal nerve. That's the nerve that gives you sensation in your face.
Okay.
The device basically encodes different smells into unique electrical pulses, and it sends those pulses to that nerve. The person doesn't perceive a smell like you or I would, but they feel a distinct signal they learn to recognize.
So it's not about enjoying the scent of flowers then. What's the practical use?
It's a safety tool, a life-saving one, really. It's designed to warn them about dangerous things they can't smell. Think about a gas leak or smoke from a fire.
That makes perfect sense. A personal alarm system for invisible threats.
Exactly.
All right, let's head back to space, but a little closer to home this time. Mars. The Perseverance rover found something pretty shocking.
It did. It turns out the Martian atmosphere is, well, it's electric. It detected these tiny centimeter-scale electrical discharges.
So not like huge lightning bolts we see on Earth.
No, nothing like that. It's more like the static shock you get from a doorknob in the winter, just tiny little zaps.
And they actually heard it.
Right. That's the amazing part. The rover's microphone was on when a dust devil passed over, and it recorded this little pop sound, the mini thunder from the mini lightning. It's the first direct audio evidence we've ever had.
So why is that important for, say, future astronauts going to Mars?
Because those little shocks happening over and over could be a real problem. Over time, they could damage sensitive electronics or even degrade the material on spacesuits, especially in a dust storm. It's something we now have to design for.
Okay, one last stop on our science tour, back here on Earth, but way back in time.
Yeah.
Anthropology.
Yes, a really cool discovery about our own family tree. Scientists confirmed that a prehistoric fossil, the Bertel foot, belongs to a newly identified human ancestor.
And this ancestor lived at the same time and in the same place as Lucy's species in ancient Ethiopia.
Right, which brings up a huge question. How did two different human-like species live side by side without competing each other into extinction?
So what's the answer?
It's all about their diet. The analysis shows this new species ate only forest foods. They were specialists. Lucy's species, on the other hand, was a generalist. They ate food from the forest and the open savanna.
So they weren't really competing for the same dinner.
Exactly. They were able to share the same territory because they were shopping in different aisles, so to speak. It's a perfect example of how our early ancestors carved out different ecological niches to survive.
What a stunning range of discoveries. So let's bring all this back down to the here and now. For anyone listening who wants to tap into some of that 80% productivity gain we talked about, let's run through the AI tools that are really trending right now.
Okay, we've picked out some of the most effective ones people are actually using across different fields.
Let's start with a big one for developers. Claude Opus 4.5.
Yeah, this is getting a reputation as the best model out there for really complex coding, but also for what they call agent creation.
Can you break down what an agent is in this context?
Sure. Think of it as an automated assistant you build that can handle a whole series of tasks on its own without you prompting it every step of the way. Claude 4.5 seems to be really good at handling that complex multi-step logic.
Okay, next for data professionals.
Now.
Right. Now is an AI data IDE, which is basically a smart workbench for data scientists. It promises to make all the tedious stuff like cleaning data, visualizing it, writing queries up to 10 times faster.
That's a huge time saver. What about for creatives? Video editors.
For them, Firecut for DaVinci Resolve is getting a lot of attention. It's a plugin that automates the most boring parts of editing.
Like what?
Like automatically finding and cutting out all the ums and ahs, the silent gaps, the awkward pauses in dialogue. It can save editors hours on that first rough cut.
That sounds incredibly useful. Back to the tech side, there's the Coder JetBrains plugin. This one's interesting. A lot of AI coding assistants just look at the grammar of your code. Coder is trending because it tries to understand the entire complex system on your backend, all the databases and servers and how they connect to find much deeper problems.
And then one last one for teams, Agenta.
Yeah, if you're a company trying to build reliable AI products, you're constantly testing different prompts. Agenta is an open source tool that helps manage and evaluate all those prompts to make sure you're getting consistent, high quality results.
That's a fantastic list. I mean, we've covered so much ground today, from the real economic impact of AI tools like Claude to hearing thunder on Mars and maybe even getting our first real clue about dark matter.
The thread connecting all of it is just this incredible acceleration of discovery, all driven by better data and more powerful tools to analyze it.
We really hope this deep dive has given you some valuable insight. And we want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. If Anthropic is even half right about that 80% number, what complex, specialized human job today will AI make 80% faster in just the next 3 years?
Be sure to follow and share AI Brief with anyone who wants to stay on top of what's happening.
See you in the next episode.